Key testimony from Contractor, who pulled out of the official residence project. 21-gram boasted intimacy with Keon-hee while demanding illegal license lending. First trial begins for former Vice Minister Kim Oh-jin and 21-gram CEO Kim Tae-young. Will the clue to allegations of state interference by Keon-hee be unraveled? Kim Tae-young, CEO of 21-gram, sought me out and, while discussing license lending, talked about his intimacy with Keon-hee and also mentioned Kovana contents. Testimony has emerged to the effect that 21-gram, an interior firm that secured the renovation project for the official residence of former President Yoon Suk-yeol through an illegal private contract, boasted of its intimacy with Kim Keon-hee, the spouse of former President Yoon Suk-yeol, to demand a legal license lending from a larger construction company, and that the presidential office was also involved in this. On the 4th, the Seoul Central District Court, Criminal Division 24, presided by Judge Lee Young-sun, held the first public hearing for Kim Oh-jin, former First Vice Minister of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, Hwang Sung-ho, former administrative officer in the Presidential Management Secretary's Office, and Kim Tae-young, CEO of 21-gram, who were indicted on charges including fraud under the Act on the Aggravated Punishment of Specific Economic Crimes. 21-gram, a small-scale interior firm without the construction qualifications for specialized methods such as electrical work, is a company suspected of winning the residence project due to its intimacy with Kim Keon-hee. It is known that the company sponsored exhibitions hosted by Kovana Contents, which was operated by Kim Keon-hee and was in charge of the design and construction of the Kovana Contents office. Former Vice Minister Kim Oh-jin had previously overseen the residents' relocation duties as the head of the First Division of the Blue House Relocation Task Force, TF, and as the Presidential Management Secretary. And former Administrative Officer Hwang Sung-ho was his staff member. At the trial that day, Vice Chairman Ju and Executive Director Jong of Construction Company A, who received the demand for a legal license lending, appeared as witnesses. At this venue, Company A testified that they were requested to engage in illegal license lending by 21-gram and the presidential office and refused. The following is part of the related report by Italy. Do you think Kim Keon-hee is behind 21-gram? Yes, Vice Chairman Ju stated that at a meeting on April 11, 2022, with former Secretary Kim Oh-jin and former Administrative Officer Hwang Sung-ho, they said, "A contractor will visit you. Please take good care of them." He continued, CEO Kim Tae-young emphasized that he did a lot of work with Kovana Contents, and I was so surprised that he talked about Kim Keon-hee on the spot, and he said they were likely to do the residence project and asked for license lending. He explained that after that, the Blue House Relocation Task Force, TF, side contacted them once more and CEO Kim Tae-young visited again. But he conveyed that we cannot provide relevant materials, and since you asked only for license lending, we cannot do that. Money Today also reported, Vice Chairman Ju stated, CEO Kim Tae-young of 21-gram sought me out and, while discussing license lending, talked about his intimacy with Kim Keon-hee and also mentioned Kovana Contents, and lending is illegal. But because they lacked the capacity, they tried to do it secretly behind our company's name. It was an unusual case, so we were also flustered. Testimony also emerged that they thought Kim Keon-hee was behind 21-gram. The Hankyoreh reported in a related article, meeting minutes containing the discussion process of the residence project on April 7, 2022, were disclosed at the trial, and the minutes say scheduled for second reporting to VIP, etc. And when the special prosecutor team of Min Jung-ki asked, "Who did you think the VIP referred to?" Vice Chairman Ju replied, "I took it to mean the Kim Keon-hee side. Since the residence is a space used together with Yoon Suk-yeol, that's what I thought." In the cross-examination by the defense side, when the question, "Did you think Kim Keon-hee was behind 21-gram?" was asked, he replied, "Yes." Also, evidence was presented containing circumstances in which Company A internally shared concerns about the possibility of the presidential office exerting undue pressure during the process of refusing the illegal license lending demand. focus on whether to investigate Jo Woo-yeon, spouse of 21-gram CEO, involved in Blue House Fashion Week, the Hankyoreh reported. At the trial, a recording file of a phone call between Mr. Jong, an employee of Company A, and Company A Chairman Lee before meeting CEO Kim Tae-young was presented. At the time, Chairman Lee said, "We cannot give the license to a small company. We cannot show that we think negatively about license lending, and if we do it wrong, Keon-hee might curse us, so don't say anything to CEO Kim Tae-young." When the special prosecutor team asked what is the reason for mentioning precautions to this extent, he said it seems 21gram was perceived as a company related to Kim Keon-hee. I think that's why he was concerned. Previously, it was reported that former Vice Minister Kim Oh-jin testified to the special prosecutor that Rep. Yoon Han-hong, People Power Party, told me to contract the residence project with 21gram, saying it was the company Kim Keon-hee picked. Along with this, Asasan Media pointed out in a report on December 1st last year that Jo Woo-yeon, the spouse of 21gram CEO Kim Tae-young, paid the additional amount for Kim Keon-hee's Chanel bag. And along with the fact that 21gram received a legal preferential treatment from the presidential office, it pointed out the possibility that Jo Woo-yeon's exhibition company also became a target of preferential treatment. Related article, exclusive, Company A that paid for Kim Keon-hee's Chanel bag, a company involved in the fashion week within the Blue House grounds incident. https://asasin KR/46-2, it noted the fact that on July 8, 2022, when former presidential administrative officer Yoo Kyung-ok exchanged a Chanel bag received from John Song-bae for another product, Jo Woo-yeon, who accompanied her, admitted at Kim Keon-hee's trial that she paid the additional 3.24 million KRW. It also recalled the fact that in June 2022, the Presidential Secretariat unusually proposed holding a Seoul Fashion Week within the Blue House grounds to the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism and the Cultural Heritage Administration. Now the National Heritage Administration, while revealing the past Seoul Fashion Week hosting history of Jo Woo-yeon's exhibition company, J&W. Along with this, circumstances in which Jo Woo-yeon delivered a Dior jacket, belt, and accessories to Kim Keon-hee were also revealed through numerous media reports. Attention is focused on whether Jo Woo-yeon will be investigated and whether Kim Keon-hee's undue interference in state affairs will be further revealed through the trials of Kim Oh-jin and Kim Tae-young and the investigation by the second special prosecutor team. Cho Seon-hye, founder and publisher, TJSGP7847 at naver.com. Related video. https://youtube.be/ukotjpnwdo. This article was translated from Korean using AI technology. This English translation is provided for the convenience of global readers. While every effort has been made to ensure accuracy, the original Korean version shall remain the sole authoritative legal text. Asasan Media assumes no responsibility for any errors in translation. Original Korean article, https://asasin.kr/news-260305.